I love seeing your guys' suggestions. First 5 are taken into consideration to be chosen for the next video. Thanks and enjoy this one. Jiro's an interesting legend in Brawlhalla. You never really hear anyone complain about him, mainly because he's not top tier or anything. To me, he's not an issue. Not really a legend I hate fighting or love playing a ton. He's just in the middle. Before I go on with the SIGs, I've covered 3 of the 7 side legends already. Just saying, you guys might want to choose carefully. Now, on to the SIGs. His SIGs are all over the place, some being really good, really bad, really fun, and not at all. Sword in SIG is I think is best. I'm not too sure, I don't play Jiro a ton. Covers a pretty good area and doesn't take that long to begin. Sword side SIG also isn't bad. Not as good as Sword in SIG in my opinion. I think I remember seeing a thing about doing downlight GC side SIG or something, but I have no clue. Decent SIG still. Then there's Sword down SIG. Holy crap, is this SIG just not all that good? It reminds me of the days when Artemis's Lance side SIG only hit on the tip and didn't travel along the entire SIG. His down SIG needs to activate automatically. It's hard to hit and doesn't work a majority of the time, and not worth going for at all. Scythe SIG is my favorite SIG of his to use. I wouldn't say it's best, but it's stupid fun. Good for slide journey as well. Scythe side SIG is strange, I don't see a lot of Jiro players use it. I wouldn't say it's bad, but not over the top great. Not a lot to say about it. Scythe down SIG appears to be his worst Scythe SIG, but I think it has pretty good potential. Might be a little hard to hit on occasions, but I think it fits really well into Scythe's kit. Alright, time to look at his skins. He's another legend I don't appreciate on skins a ton until I actually talk about them, and he's got some pretty good ones. Dolahan is really damn unique and has super cool bone looking weapons. A personal favorite for me, although I won't buy it most likely. Specialist is really cool design wise and has a dope looking scythe. I put the Battle Pass Jiro skin in pretty good for uniqueness alone. I think Battle Pass Season 1 had some pretty good skins, and Jiro is one of them. Next to Artemis and Hatorian looking great. Weapons are alright. Komainu I put in pretty good just because I think it's underrated. It has really good weapons, and despite having a weird looking face, is pretty good alongside the Diana and Nash skin. Give it some love. For me maybe? The last 2 skins I put in mad just based off looks. They aren't anything super special, and I'd rather just use Specialist over these 2, considering they're all shop buyable skins. They aren't the worst skins ever, but like, it's better than the Get Out tier, but they aren't super great. Tier list wise, out of S, A, B, C, and D, I'd place Jiro in C. Jiro, according to most players, is the worst Scythe legend next to Volkov and the worst legend in the game. At least what I've heard prior to patch 5.07. For me, I could agree that he's the worst Scythe legend next to Volkov. Worst legend in the game? I wouldn't think so. I'm not saying he's super great or anything. He's got Scythe, weapon that may be overrated, but it isn't top tier, and then Sword, which is near top tier. I think the reason he just isn't all that top tier is because of his SIGs and stats. His stats aren't the worst thing in the world, there's much worse out there, but they aren't perfect. Overall, Jiro isn't bad, but not great. I wouldn't go against anyone picking him up or trying to play him in ranked because it's not impossible with him, just a little harder than most other legends. Pretty good legend if you ask me. Although he does have a pretty high play rate for one of the worst legends, so I don't know, you tell me if he's worth the play. Whether it's for people playing him just because he has Scythe, or just because he's supposedly the worst legend in the game. If that was the case, you think people would play Faye or Nye. I would go on a whole rant about that, but that kind of parts away from Jiro. Maybe it's something you guys would like to see in the future, who knows. That should wrap it up for this legend analysis though. Thanks for watching this one, and keep on brawling.